Hey, what's going on, y'all? So Jay from JSFILMZ here, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Move AI. Now, I made a tutorial on how to do this step by step, I think a couple of months ago, maybe in February or March. So if you want to know how this works from start to end, go ahead and check it out. In the top right corner of this video, there's going to be a pop-up. Additionally, in the description, I'm going to put a link of that video. But what I'm going to do today is really just talk about how this works a little bit and just kind of showcase a potential workflow if you're trying to use this technology with NVIDIA Omniverse. So we're going to be using Move AI, iClone, and then to NVIDIA Omniverse, which is pretty darn sweet. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and log into Move AI to just kind of just show you what I had to do to get this going. So here's a little demo from this website. So basically, Move AI is AI mocap. So you use cameras and you pretty much surround yourself with cameras and record a performance. After that, you're going to upload it here. And then what's going to happen is it's going to spit out the algorithm here. The software is going to spit out a body mocap. So usually what I will do first is calibrate the system. And actually their website and their frequently asked question is actually pretty decent. And I just followed that and I was able to go ahead and follow along and use it. So for this shoot right here, I had 4 cameras because I honestly needed a little bit more space for 6 cameras. I do have 6, but I only used 4 for this one because I was kind of like in a small space. But I am going to try and use all 6 eventually. But with that being said, I'm going to show you the calibration first. And I'm going to go to the session right now. And I have a calibration right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the sync video. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this and make it bigger so you can kind of see what this is doing. So as you can see, we have 4 cameras set up in my backyard here. We have 1, 2, and then 3. And then 4. So that is the setup. That's all you have to do. 4 GoPro cameras all synced up. And then I'm using my Android device to control all 4 of those to record all at the same time. All right, so here's the actual video of the calibration. I clap 3 times and it's like a Y pose-ish. And what I'm going to do is actually walk in front of the cameras, go back to the center, and then go back to the other camera and pretty much go around all the cameras and then go back in the middle. And that is the calibration for the Move AI system. Now, obviously, like I said, I had 6 set up, but my problem was this beam right here is blocking this camera because whenever you're calibrating or you're capturing using Move AI, all the cameras need to be able to see your talent the entire time. So it's a little bit tricky in my backyard, but like I said, I'm gonna probably go somewhere where it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna go exit that out. So that is our calibration, and the calibration is good. And I'll go ahead and X this out. And obviously, all I did was upload the videos and then hit calibrate, and it's going to process this for me automatically. And additionally, what's cool is I can actually look at the camera layout to see if it got it correct. You know, so you can see right there, that's pretty darn accurate as far as where the tripods were. And again, it's kind of like creepy in a way, but it's super cool. So you can see right there, I'm in a T-pose and I'm in the middle of that scene or the backyard. All right, so after I'm done with the calibration, I start to upload the takes or the performance. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and show you the take that we had. It's going to be Fight 01. And here's the take. I had my phone, put it in my pocket, and then pull my pants up just a little bit. I am wearing really bright shirt, a yellow shirt, and orange shorts so that the camera can identify where I'm at. You definitely want a lot of light whenever you're doing this. Pretty much common sense kind of stuff. I'm going to press play, and my test is actually gravel. I was curious to see if I was going to be able to get a pretty good capture with gravel. This is all gravel here because, you know, I wanted to test this system. And what I have right here is a sword, so I'm going to go ahead and press play. So this is the actual take, and please, I'm so sorry, I am not athletic whatsoever. I don't know how to swing swords, but I just went ahead and did some takes because the whole point of me doing this is actually I'm going to try to combine this mocap right here and combine it with marketplace assets mocap that I can just kind of see if I can combine together and glue together because there aren't really a lot of mocaps out there as far as fighting goes. So I'm just trying to pretty much make something out of nothing, really. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play, and as you can see right here, I'm wearing my favorite yellow fish t-shirt. A red fish is my favorite fish, in case you didn't know. Go ahead, he's walking, he's angry, so he's walking towards that. And what I'll do is I'm going to show this video side by side whenever we actually have it in Omniverse. But this is the take that I'm doing. I just perform all the take, and after that, I just stop. So I clap 3 times, go on a T-pose, and then perform. That's it. So that's the take. I have it recorded. Again, I upload all 4 video files from the GoPro camera. I upload it here. And then what that's going to do is going to create a new take. So I have 2 takes. The first one I just showed you is called the sword fight 1. So let's go ahead and click on that and take a look. So we have some info. We got the status. It's green. That means it's good to go. And then I can actually preview the results. If I click on this one right here, it's going to load up, and then I'm going to play it, and you're going to see the actual motion. Now, I retargeted this one to a UE4 mannequin, but right now they have 3. They have the moveai skeleton, they have the Unreal Engine skeleton, and they have a MetaHuman skeleton. So this is the Unreal Engine 4 skeleton. And as you can see right here, even though I'm walking on gravel, it's tracking pretty good, considering how far I am from the camera, as you can see right here. And again, this is raw with no cleanup right now. I didn't do anything to this. This is exactly as it was captured by the software. And it's pretty crazy, considering I am not wearing any suits and I'm not wearing any balls on my body at all. So it's crazy. It really is crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this. Okay, so after we're done previewing the actual animation, we can go ahead and download a file. So I'm gonna go to download right here. And then what I'll do is download the FBX retargeted. So this is gonna go straight to a UE4 mannequin that we can actually import it in Unreal and then export and then finally bring into iClone. So I have it here now. I have Unreal Engine. I think this is 4 open, so it doesn't really matter which one it is. As long as you have an Unreal Engine 4 mannequin in your project, this is going to work. So I'll go to the downloads file right here, and I'll just kind of refresh it. And then I'll drag and drop that file into Unreal. And in the skeleton, I'm going to select a UE4 mannequin, and I'll just pick this. I'll just pick this hand-to-hand finisher one is okay. And make sure I have animation, exported time, 60 frames per second is good for sample rate. And then I'll just go ahead and import all. Now, right now, I am having to do this because, unfortunately, for some reason, I can't import this FBX straight to iClone. I'm hoping they can kind of fix that. I kind of have my theory as to why that is, but I'm entirely not 100% sure as to why I can't just drag that Unreal Engine mannequin straight into iClone or Character Creator 4. So now we have this motion and it's compressing animations. I'm gonna go ahead and double click this now. And you're gonna see we have this mocap that we captured in the backyard using GoPros and then moveai. I'm not gonna do anything in Unreal. I'm just using this as a bridge until hopefully they fix it. I'll go ahead and right click and I will asset action and then export. And what I'll do is I'll just put it in this folder called text. So I'm going to title this from UE. And again, this workflow is just something that I'm kind of create and come up with right now. So this is not like a solid approved workflow. I'm just really messing around in here to see how I can use this system if I were to use it for reals. So I'm going to go ahead and export this. I'm not going to change anything at all. And now we can actually go to iClone. So I have iClone here with a motion dummy, which comes traditional right here. If I showed the character, I just grabbed it from right here, and I used the male one because obviously we're using a male UE4 mannequin. And then I'm going to go to that folder now, and now I'm going to drag that file that we exported from Unreal to our motion dummy here. And as you can see, iClone is going to automatically know that this is an Unreal skeleton, CC game, but we're going to go ahead and change it to Unreal base character, which again, this is all built in. I didn't download anything. So click on that. Convert all, and then we're just going to wait a couple of seconds, and that is now going to copy that motion from the Unreal Engine skeleton mannequin onto this motion dummy mannequin. As you can see right here, kind of just move around. And now if I press play here, go ahead and make this bigger. And now if I press play, you're going to see I did a T-pose, and now I'm kind of walking around in the scene. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why do you have to take it to iClone? Well, as you all know, if you're familiar with me and kind of like my workflow in the past, I use iClone to tweak, add finger data animation in there. So in moveai, you can solve with fingers, but for me, I just have a little bit more control if I do it here in iClone. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and use iClone to add gestures, because like I've showed you before, to add gestures to hands, I have to go here and then go to gestures and say I want, I don't know, just like regular relaxed hand. And now I have that regular relaxed hand just like that. And I can go right here and I want the A one. I can animate those hand gestures in there until obviously I have enough money for gloves. But for now, this is kind of like the poor man's method of adding finger tracking or finger animation onto your character. So here we are. We have now the full data, which is looking pretty cool. Go ahead and zoom out of this timeline. It's pretty big. And then what I'll do is this usually stops at 1800. I'm not sure why, but you know, I always have to kind of extend this here in the end frame. Let's just go with 5600. And I'll press Alt. I'll go all the way out. And I think I have a little bit more. I think it goes up to like 7,000 frames. But here is the action now from the moveai, from the backyard. And then obviously once I'm done here, I would just export a USD file and take it to Omniverse, because there is a connector from iClone to NVIDIA Omniverse. If I go to File, Export USD Omniverse, and that's pretty much it. You can take any characters from iClone to NVIDIA Omniverse. So let's go ahead and hop in NVIDIA Omniverse right now so I can kind of show you the final thing that we have to do to get this all completed, this crazy workflow, if you will. So we have NVIDIA Omniverse Machinima here. I talked about this map that I got, thing Machine Gun Studio. This is the cathedral that I'm playing around with. I made a video about this, kind of like walking around it. Whenever I'm looking for assets, I always like to think about, wow, this looks good, potential, and then I'll just relight it. Now, obviously, I didn't relight this yet. I did change it up just a little bit, but here we are in NVIDIA Omniverse, and now I brought in that animation from moveai into this character here, this little knight that I got from the marketplace. So in this scene right here, the animation for this one is from a marketplace, and basically what I did was just try to match it as close as I can with the motion that I recorded in my backyard, because to do this all by myself, be the attacker and the defender, is pretty hard as far as timing goes. So I just kind of memorized all the stuff for the defender or the victim, and I just performed it in one take as much as I can, and that's what you're looking at right now. So if I back up now, and I'll go ahead and press escape, you're going to see that we're going to start from right here, press play. Now you're going to see all those motions that I recorded in my backyard, all in there. And obviously I didn't have enough space, so I actually had to like back up and then kind of do more takes. And if I had a bigger volume, I can do all of this in one take, which is freaking cool if you think about it. So here we go. He's kind of backing out. Now I know he doesn't really have cloth physics right here. I am talking to NVIDIA about that because right now skeletal mesh cloth physics, I was told, is not supported yet, but hopefully in the future we will see this kind of skirt, if you will, or this man dress kind of animating as far as cloth physics goes. So here it is again, kind of just played over, just walking forward, little slash right there. And I actually ran and jump in this one as well, which is kind of cool. And again, I was just really testing it out. And this is 4 cameras, kind of just a reminder. I think I did a couple of takes because I wasn't happy with the other spin. So now you're looking at me walking towards that. This is no cleanup yet, no filtering or anything like that. This is raw from my backyard onto iClone and then to Omniverse. Obviously, I added the hand being close like that. And that's pretty much it. That was a little jump that I did, which again was freaking crazy because I actually jumped up. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now as far as this testing with moveai. I am going to be testing a little bit more, and additionally, I believe they're going to send me some iPhones, because the crazy thing about this is they are gearing towards iPhone usage, not so much GoPros and cameras. I think what they're trying to do is, from watching their videos, is that they want you to be able to use moveai with up to minimum 2 phones at home. And then you don't have to upload all the files individually. It's going to just record one, and it's going to be uploaded automatically to the cloud and then processed. That's crazy. I mean, if they can make that work, I was talking to them, and I told them, like, hey, iPhone 8s right now used, I can get for like $187 to $200. So you get 8 of those, 6 of those. you're still in a pretty good price point as far as hardware goes. I mean, tripods, the ones I'm using are super cheap. They're like newer, like I think $15 to $20. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now before I leave is just kind of show you the side by side of the actual captured data, video data on the right, and then the Omniverse version on the left without any cleanup whatsoever. So let's go ahead and press play here. Now there's gonna be a little bit of a delay, so I'm sorry for that. Go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. All right, so he's backing out. So I did stop the mocap a little bit because I actually was thinking about freeze framing right here when he kind of jumps. So you don't actually see me landing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just hope y'all learned something new today. I know I was getting a lot of questions about Move AI. And again, if you want to watch the entire video on how to do this completely from importing and setting everything up in Move, go ahead and check out the link in the description below. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. Peace out.